Hey Cultivator, welcome back to my channel. In this video today, I am going to cover all of your questions that you have about cover letters because it's pretty much like on a weekly basis I get a question on whether or not cover letters actually get read, when do I need a cover letter, is a cover letter necessary? And then of course I want to address, if you are going to write a cover letter, who that needs to be made out to, because let me tell you, the biggest pet peeve that recruiters have is when people write "Dear Hiring Manager" or "To whom it may concern." So I'll take you into my computer and walk you through a quick tutorial on how you can easily find the person that you need to send this cover letter to so that you can instantly stand out from all of the other lazy job seekers. And I say lazy because it literally takes less than a few minutes, and trust me when I say employers are going to be impressed that you even went the extra mile to find this information. So without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so let's discuss one of the most popular questions I get, which is, Emily, do recruiters and hiring managers even read these cover letters? I actually conducted a poll on LinkedIn and I got an overwhelming amount of responses from different recruiters and hiring managers. And as I was sifting through their responses, I really clearly saw right off the bat that people were in two different camps. There were recruiters and hiring managers that said, yes, I read them, I take a look at them. That population was actually pretty small in comparison to a large majority that said, I don't read them unless I like their resume. So that being said, you never know who you're going to be encountering on the other end of that application process. If you have a template that's ready to go, easy to customize, that is what I would suggest for you, because you can really position yourself as the all-star candidate if you can just have it in addition to your resume. It's better than not having one unless your cover letter is just awfully written, has a ton of typos and grammatical errors. Then you might be safer just not submitting one. But really, if you take a look at my suggested video up here, I actually have a really popular video on how to create a cover letter, and it includes my template that walks you step by step through what every single paragraph needs to state and capture. So check it out up here. All right, so aside from not knowing who you're going to be speaking to on the other end, 3 other reasons why I would recommend having a cover letter ready to go is because 1, you might come across job descriptions that specifically call out, please attach your resume and cover letter. And it might even go as far as to say, if you don't follow these instructions, you will automatically be disqualified. The reason why a lot of employers are adding this into job descriptions are because a lot of people are just mass applying to any job they see out there. And usually when a cover letter is requested, that acts as a deterrent. And so it might actually be a good thing that you're going for these types of roles, because it means you have less qualified applicants that are actually submitting their names in for the position. So that's a positive or a plus. Now, the second reason to that is, again, people want to know, do you follow instructions? If we're going to tell you to do something, are you actually going to do it? And that's also a really good way to filter out unqualified applicants. But what I would say is the third reason is really when somebody has a writing position. You know, writing is a huge part of the job or the role. Your cover letter can really serve as a writing sample. And so really, if you're in a role that requires a lot of written communication, like maybe you're a journalist or you're a copywriter or you're an editor, you bet you should go ahead and put in an amazing cover letter that really speaks to the quality of work product that you would be putting inside that job. All right, so now that we've covered why it's important to have a cover letter that's ready to go, let's go ahead and jump into my computer so I could show you how to address the cover letter, because again, it's not going to cut it anymore when you write "To whom it may concern" or "Dear Hiring Manager." A lot of recruiters will be really impressed by the fact that you have written their name and or one of their colleagues' names. And the reason why I say that is because some organizations are really large and you might not necessarily know who is going to be that main point of contact. But but you can always make an educated guess. And as long as it makes logical sense of why you're writing to this person, whether they're a recruiter, a human resources person, a talent acquisition person, or the hiring manager that you perceive to be the main point of contact for this role, then you're going to set yourself up for success. So let me just share with you what I mean by all of this. All right, so for illustration purposes, let's just imagine for a moment that I'm applying to a customer success role at Blue Apron. Now, if the job description itself had told me who this position would be reporting to, I would type in Blue Apron and then their specific title. But because this job description doesn't state that, what I'm going to do is walk you through how I might go about making an educated guess of who I can make this out to. So I'm going to first and foremost type in Blue Apron here at the search bar, and I'm going to click on the company's profile. From here, I'll go ahead and click on See All Employees that work here, and it's basically going to show me all of the current employees who work at Blue Apron. You'll notice that it came up with 1,400 results, which is a lot, and I don't have time to scroll through all of them. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use the All Filters tab. I'm going to go down to Title, and let me just type in Customer Success. Let's just see if anything populates. Nope, no results found. So I'm going to go back to All Filters, and this time around, because I can't find, for instance, a customer success manager or director of customer success. And again, the title is customer success, so that's the department. What I'll do instead is start looking at the recruiter level. So I might type in recruiter. And here I found 4 recruiters, which is much more manageable. Now, if the role was in New York City, I might select one of these 2 recruiters who are in New York City. If the position was located in Texas, I might choose one of these 2 recruiters in Texas. Either way, I could really make this cover letter out to any one of these names. You know, Dear Ms. Alexa Ospina, Dear Ms. Mary Ukpong, Dear Ms. Michelle Waxman, Dear Ms. Paige Walsh. The main point is that they understand the logic of why you're reaching out to this particular individual. The other thing too is you can always go for people who are at the highest seniority level. So if one of their titles, for instance, was Director of Recruiting, I might just choose them. If the title was Director of Human Resources, I might just select them. If it was Director of Talent Acquisition, you know, I might select them. So there's no right or wrong, but you can be very safe whenever you select either the hiring manager, again, based on the job description, and or your educated guess of this role reports into this title, or again, any type of recruiter, maybe even talent acquisition. Sometimes those terms are synonymous in organizations. So I could even make it out to Molly because she's the Director of Talent Acquisition. And if you're still getting 0 results, just so you know, recruiter and talent acquisition fall into the human resources department. So oftentimes you can type in human resources and just see who comes up. And again, any of these names would be a really great educated guess. Maybe not an assistant, but instead, you know, in any type of director level role, this would be like the main person. So that would make sense. Another head of human resources, that's really great as an educated guess, and so on. So again, you can't make a wrong decision here, but it's that easy. All right, so now you understand really what it means about how easy it is to find somebody to address the cover letter to, so that 1, you show that you really want this job. 2, you're very resourceful and you know how to leverage the internet to conduct research. And 3, that you're just being as personable as can be. I've had so many clients tell me that as they started to submit these cover letters and actually reach out to the hiring manager or the recruiter, they were able to get such phenomenal feedback in the interview because they were just so impressed by the fact that they went this extra mile. And again, it's so easy to do. So hopefully you found this tutorial helpful, and if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, subscribe, because I'm releasing this video next week. Also, don't forget to check out the free resource library down below. It includes my coveted cover letter template for you to utilize. Take care, and until next time, I hope that you continue to cultivate your life and career.